Yeah. So here, if you observe, it says Oracle Demo Services, and then it says Fusion Applications, Global Single Instance. So just try to understand this terminology. Okay. So you may not have direct link when you really work in the project. They may not provide this kind of link. They may provide a different link. Okay. So just observe this one. Leave over this one. Fusion Applications. Nothing but it's a the ERP name generally it is called Fusion. Okay. So from Oracle terminology, fusion is used for many places. Fusion is used in many places in the many technical areas. I mean to say, but when someone says fusion applications, it's generally Oracle SaaS. Okay, SaaS instance. Instance means like what do you call instance? What I can say, it's kind of one object. Instance means an object, right? Or maybe um, like a runtime environment. Now let us say assume that you have a software which is running in your machine. So I can say that an instance of Oracle is running in your machine. Let us say if my Fusion ERP is running in 5 machines, I can say that 5 instances are running in each machine, like that. Instance is nothing but like when you open any job, right? Like now let us say when you see the task manager, it provides a list of services which are running. Nothing but it's like an instance of a particular software application is running. Okay, so now that is why it is called, they just call it as instance. And now why does global single instance means like nothing but when you say global, now assume that like if you remember earlier I was telling that like when you any client uses Oracle ERP, generally this will be a bigger client where they have a larger turnover, right? Big money, I can say, where they have a larger money or big money, right? Huge money. So it means that they have presence across globe, right? Not of course it can be just a US UK kind of thing, but generally assuming that they will have presence across globe. Even like there are clients, let us say if you consider government clients, right? They just have only one county. A county also uses Oracle ERP. I have seen many counties which uses Oracle ERP. So within just for county also they use it ERP. So it's not that like your particular application should be global. It can be just within your city also. If it is global, let us say I can have my like assume that a very simple example. Let us say Airtel telecommunication. So this company has presence in India, Sri Lanka, and like in many African countries. So now this company, now let us say, should they buy? Assume that like they have presence in 3 countries. Assume that they have presence in 3 countries. Now they should have 3 licenses of Oracle ERP or a single license. Any guess?
They can have single.
Yes, they'll have only one single license, but they will configure appropriately for each country. Nothing but the payroll of India will be different from the payroll of Africa. Similarly, the payroll of Sri Lanka will be different from India, right?
Yes.
Or naming convention or a business unit name, everything, right? The legal address, it differs. The configuration differs. Got it?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Now, so that is what this one. Now let us start with the login. Now, like I'll just click on this ERP and SCM. ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. Remaining things you can just ignore. Okay, I'll just click on this login. Okay, now this is a login URL of our Fusion ERP instance. This is a login URL. You can access this URL across any place, anywhere in the world, using phone, using mobile, tablet, or laptop, desktop, anything you can access anywhere from anywhere in the world, right? Now, the only thing you require is your URL, username, and a password. Okay, you don't need to install anything. Now, in our case, this is the username. So I'll just provide a username here. And I just have this password. And I'll click on sign in. So now it logs in to our ERP instance. Okay, let's wait for a few seconds. Yep, that's it. It says good evening, so and so username. Now, first thing you hear here, if you observe, is it says vision. What is this vision is all about is generally, now let us say you got this license and you have configured this application for your particular organization. Then generally you'll keep your company logo and your company name or logo. So this one, This is a demo instance. But what do you mean by demo instance? See, this is a bigger ERP application. Now, let us say I want to use for training purpose. So I don't have any real transaction. So how do I learn it as well as how do I teach it? Right? I cannot do that way. It's very difficult. And even I can't configure also. So what Oracle provides is to learn it or to train it. It provides a demo instance with a hypothetical organization with a pre-designed set of transactions so that we can easily learn as well as teach. Okay. Vision is a hypothetical organization. It is configured in the demo instance to learn it easily. Okay. That is what the vision instance is all about. Now I logged into the user. Now it is providing me a different set of applications, nothing but modules. You have an ERP. So ERP is nothing but a software. In that, it has components for different set of modules. Example is like I can use ERP application for our human capital management purpose or financial purpose, inventory purpose, procurement, customer relation management, advertisement, right?
Yes.
There are many areas where ERP can be used. Okay. So now the list of applications, nothing but here, if you observe, right, sales, service, procurement, product management, risk management, these are all different set of modules or application which are assigned to this user. And this particular application is strictly based on a specific role based access control. Assume that like we both are working for a single organization, but you belong to procurement division, I belong to finance division, right? So if I log in to the finance, I mean, if I log into my ERP instance, it has to show the financial task, or it has to show the task which I'm responsible for. It should not show any other, it should not show, or it should not allow me to access any other thing. Similarly for you also, let us say if you belong to procurement application or procurement functionality, you have to access only procurement related data. You cannot access any other data, or you cannot access any other page at all.
Yeah.
So that is called, that is the security, the authorization mechanism will be taken care by part of a functionality called role based access control. Okay, what's called RBAC, we call it as RBAC, role based access control. Your access is provided based on the role. Okay, who can access what? It is kind of this philosophy. Nothing but you have a user, it says who, nothing but a user can access what data, kind of philosophy it follows. Okay, we'll get more clarity. It's just an overview of everything. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so now as a technical developer, the major set of components which we work, we'll discuss that. The first thing what we have seen is like how do we log into the URL, right?
Yes.
And if at all, if you want to sign out, you just click on your user and you can click on sign out, so that you'll get logged off from this particular instance. Okay. Now, whatever the thing which you see in the browser, right? This is called user interface. This is called user interface.
Yeah.
Whatever the login information or the what do you call the browser data, what you see in the browser, that is called user interface. Okay. Now in ERP application, we have these set of components. If you remember, RISE components, we call it as. Okay.
Yeah.
Reports, interfaces, okay, conversions and extensions. Okay. So but initially we'll try to concentrate on the reports part and then the remaining part. Okay. So for today's task, what I prefer is we'll try to understand how do we create a user. We'll just discuss few things like how to create
Great.
user. Okay. And also how to navigate to reports. Okay. Two things we'll see. So to navigate to the creation of a user, what you have to do is you have to click on this hamburger icon or navigator icon. Click on this one and you could see. So there are two main things for a developer. One is tools, other one is configuration. Okay. So click on tools and here can you see security console.
Huh?
So click on this one. So I'll just write here. Click on tools and security console. And now just make a note of this information also. Now what we do here, we want to create user. Okay, we want to create user. So I'll just say add user account. Okay, so just mention first name, last name, and all those things. Let
Okay.
us say XX test, XX test, XX test. Okay. Okay. So just click on add auto provision roles. So it is not providing anything, right? It's
Yeah.
active. So let me make a note of this one. Save and close first of all. Okay, the user got created. Let us say I'm not aware of the roles which I want to assign. So the easiest thing what you can do is just click on the click on users and search for the existing user. Let us say we have logged in with a user called scm05.student. Just search for that user and click on that username.
Okay.
Now it shows a large number of roles. Okay, there is one important role called IT security manager. Can you see this one? IT security manager. So what do you do? Just assign. Okay, I think it is not copying. Let me try. Yeah, it doesn't copy. Okay, but just remember that the role name is IT security manager. Okay, so what we do? Just click on users again. Okay, before assigning, let us say you can search again for this user XX test. Right, we could see that status is active. Okay, now there are no roles assigned to this, right? So I'll just open a new tab. Let me try. Or else let me log out. Okay, I'll just log out this user and then I will log in with XX test. XX test. Okay, now what do you see here? I don't have any roles at all because I've not assigned anything.
Uh-huh.
Right, I just got very basic default roles for my user account.
Okay.
Got it? So your task is to create a user and assign the role also. I'm leaving it to you. Assigning a role, I'm leaving it to you. Now, the next thing what I want to discuss is the major important topic of our class, like where we'll be discussing, larger number of times. That is called reports. So can you see? Click on tools, and here you can see reports and analytics. You can see the information here. This is called Springboard. Either you can see the information from the Springboard or Navigator also. You can click on Navigator and you can just search here also. Tools, report, and analytics. Just click here. Right, and here just click on browse catalog. So it will navigate to another window. It opens the reports catalog window for us. Okay,
Okay.
now here when you say catalog, this is a place where we can see the existing set of reports, and this is a place where we can create new reports also. Okay, now here if you observe, so it is not allowing me to. Okay, I'll tell you what all I'm talking about. So first thing is we have navigated here. Assume that if I want to design a new report, I require few functionalities. Here I have to see an option called data model. Here I don't see it, right? Do you see? There is no option called data model. Okay. So far clear, or I'm just running fast.
No, it's good. Yeah.
It's good. Okay. So now what I'll do is, so I'll write your task also. Like your task is create new user, assign IT security manager role for your user.
But how to create a assign a IT security manager?
The role will be already there. It does not need to create a new role. You just need to assign the existing role.
Okay.
There is a role name already available called IT security manager.
Okay.
Once you search for your user, you just have an
Mm-hmm.
option called edit role. You just need to assign it.
Okay.
Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll log out because I don't have the much privileges for this user, so I need to sign out. I'll just log in with the privileged user.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just refresh this window. Right now, can you see? It's
Yeah, you
just
can.
showing me larger number of options for me.
Yes.
Okay. So once you assign the IT security manager, you may see some more extra options. Okay, that's okay. Now, what I'll do is here in the click on create, click on data model.
Okay.
Click on data model. Once you click on data model, click on save. Can you see this icon? Save. It will ask you to mention the name. Mention XX first report, or let us say XX hello world DM data model.
Okay.
In the next sessions, like when we really start the reports, I may tell you like what is data model, what is report, and all those things. As of now, we're just having a high level overview, like a one by one little bit learning kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay, so now it will get saved, and now can you see the name is XX hello world DM. Okay, so now what I want to do is there is a table called, I think like last time, I provided you a URL to learn the Oracle SQL Explorer, right? So
Yes.
there is a table name called per users. There's a table called per users. Okay, so this will have all user accounts of Fusion ERP.
Yes.
Okay, now what I want to do is I just want to search my user account. So I'll just go here in this one, click on plus symbol, click on this icon, select SQL query, and here you just mention the name, like any name you can mention, like user details
Okay.
Q, and in the data source you select applications DB underscore FSCM, nothing but financial and supply chain management. And here what I have to do, select star from per underscore users, PR underscore users. Click on OK. Got it? So now automatically it will assign a group name for it, and it provides all the columns which are available in that table. It provides all the columns which are available in that table. Next thing is click on data. It will take some time. Click on view, and here click on table view. Now it shows all the information in a table kind of fashion. It shows all the information in a table kind of fashion. Now our concentration is to find out whether our account is available in this particular table or not. So what I'll do, so copy this column name called where, copy the column name called username, and just search here. So select star from per underscore users, where username in XX test, and I also want to search this one also. Two user accounts I want to search. Copy this query, and again click on diagram, click on this group, and here can you see the edit icon? The pencil icon is nothing but edit. It's a
Okay.
pencil icon. It is generally edit. Click on this
Edit.
one. It allows you to update. So remove the select the existing one, remove it, and paste the latest one.
Okay.
Click on OK, and just try again. Click on data. Click on view. Okay, we could see only one.
Yes. Because
Right?
we already talked.
Yeah, but The other one also is a valid account, but why it is not showing? Because it is data sensitive. It is data sensitive. So what I can do is I can just try this way. I'll just convert this way, lower of username. Now you can try again. The username is case sensitive, sorry, not data sensitive. The username is case sensitive, nothing but lowercase, uppercase, right? The comparison has to match. Uppercase is not equal to lowercase.
Uh-huh.
Can you see? Here
Okay.
the data is in uppercase, but here it is in lowercase. Small letter and large, I mean, what do you call? Caps.
Oh, caps.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Now what we have seen? We have seen where the, whenever you create a user account, where it is getting stored. We know that. We got to know
Okay.
that. Of course, your password will be available, but we cannot read it.
Okay.
Somewhere it will be available, not even this table, some other table it will be there. Okay, so far good.
Yeah, all good.
Okay, nice. Now we'll see one more functionality, how to run an ESS job. What is ESS? Enterprise scheduler service. Why this is called enterprise application? Because this is used by bigger giants, not smaller companies. That's why it is called enterprise. Nothing but who has more money and more
Yeah.
machine, more people, many things like that. So enterprise scheduler service is nothing but, in this bigger application, you have a different set of functionalities which are managed by different set of software components. Okay, nothing but, let us say, when you have a operating system, you have a different you have a different set of tiny services which are responsible for each particular set of functionalities. Nothing but like what do you call, one particular application is responsible for file functionality, one particular application is for media functionality, one particular application is for like software ports or hardware ports.
Okay.
Okay, so bigger, when you have a bigger application, or let us say in a very easy terms to understand, assume that if you have a house with one room, how many servants you want?
No, sir.
No servant, right? Negligible, I mean to say. Let us say you have a house with 5 rooms, then you may expect
Let
at least
one.
one servant.
One.
Let
Yeah.
us say you have a house of 20 rooms, then you may require 5 servants, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, I have an ERP application where I have 1,000 pages. So then definitely what I require is I need to have like what do you call, each particular module is managed by different software application internally. Okay,
Yes.
that's how it is,
Okay.
right? So in that, there is a service called enterprise scheduler service, which is corely responsible for the purpose of running the jobs. But what do you mean by running the jobs? It's all about is, let us say you want to upload some data into Fusion ERP, then you have to run this job. Let us say you want to run a report, you want
Okay.
to run a report and you want to get the output, then you have to run this particular job.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll see that later, but as of now we'll try to understand the navigation only.
Okay.
Okay, so to navigate that, just click on this navigator icon, click on tools, and do you see where you don't see here, right? Yes, this one, scheduled processes. Okay, this one in the tools, scheduled processes or scheduled processes. Click on this one, and here it says schedule new process, and you could see all the options, right? Like you have a job name, generally we call it as a ESS job, and every ESS job will have a process ID, and it will have a start, it will have status, it will have it will have like a start time, end time, and who submitted, how much time it took. There are a large number of columns. You can enable the extra columns also. If you just see here, you can enable the remaining extra columns also like this.
Okay.
All right, can you see submitted by, submission note, start time, end time, completion time, all these things you can see. But if you want to submit a new job, you just need to click on schedule new process. I know we just copied one job name, right? When we are creating a user account, just copy this job name and just press enter after entering the job name. It will try to validate. It may take some time. Generally, when you're selecting a new job, right? Generally, it is quite slow always. It takes time.
Okay.
And of course, this demo instance, right? Little bit slow comparing to the real client instance. Okay, can you see? Once you see the description, it means that your particular job which you mentioned is correct, and the OK will be enabled. Just click on
Okay.
OK, and it will ask you if at all if it is having any parameters. As of now, this job does not have any parameter. Okay, you just click on submit. It will say that like the process ID was submitted. That's it. And you can make a note of this process ID to understand whether this is getting completed or what is the progress of this one. You can search it. You can just enable search here, and you can search the process ID, and you can just remove all the other parameters like these things. And click on search. It says it's running.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how we can run a job. Okay, if it is a report, once it is completed, you can just click on this particular job and you can see the output here somewhere. Every job will have a log file. Generally, it generates a log file and output file also, if the job is having output file. Okay,
Okay.
fine so far.
Yeah.
So you got good amount of tasks to work on,
Yes.
right? So
So
yeah,
I need to create a new user, right?
yes, you have to create a new user account. You have to assign a role, and then you just need to create a report also, like the one which we created. You just need to create
Okay.
a data model and a query using this one, and then yeah, I'll write here, create a new user, assign account, and then maybe log in with the if your user does not show the data model functionality, better log in with the new user, the existing user only, because to create this particular report you need to have that. Until unless you see data model option, you cannot create this one, right?
Okay.
Okay, in this create, it has to show that create data model, it has to show. If it is not showing for your user account, you cannot create that. Nothing but like even though if you assign IT security manager, the data model option may not show, will not show. I can okay, it
Okay.
may not show. So for that purpose, right, time being, what you do is again you just log in with SCM05 user only.
Okay.
Okay, and then finish the report,
Okay.
create the data model, and after that navigate to schedule process and run a job. These are 4 things. Fine.
So to run a job, I need to do the same thing, import user and role application.
Yes, as of now we can just check this one. Later on, like I'll try to provide some seeded reports, like where like we have to provide some data, you can get the output and you can see the PDF output and all those things also.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
these are 4 tasks you can just work on.
Sure.
Okay, so we'll wind up here, and maybe in the next class we'll have few more discussions.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, bye.
Okay. Thank you.